Okay, my pop culture guilty pleasure definitely shows like American Idol and So You Think You Can Dance, where you have performers who, or would-be performers, up on a stage, sometimes making a fool of themselves, sometimes reaching great heights of talent. And it's a lot of fun to watch, I guess, because there's a democratic element to it where you see people who wouldn't have made it otherwise all of a sudden make it, or you see people totally fall on their faces and then the judges call them out for it later on. And we live in a culture where young kids who play sports, the winners and the losers alike get trophies, and nobody's willing to tell people who don't measure up that they don't measure up. And so it's refreshing to watch these shows and see the judges tell the candidates who don't measure up that no, in fact, you don't measure up.
I have two guilty pleasures. First was a show that I loved, which was called Jersey Couture, in which these women in New Jersey who ran a dress shop fitted all these other women for dresses, and it was just dress after dress, and the drama behind the scenes, which was great fun. Number two, I love watching reruns of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because Will Smith was probably one of our great American actors.
My guilty pleasure, which I feel particularly guilty about, is because I'm an English teacher, and so I'm supposed to be an all classics all the time kind of guy, but I really like reading tough guy crime novels.
My pop culture vice is a performer by the name of Meat Loaf. And there are several reasons why I indulge in Meat Loaf. One of them, of course, is on second reference. He's called Mr. Loaf in the New York Times. But another one is that I love the union of the base and the exalted. And Meat Loaf brings a kind of operatic sensibility to the sweaty daily yearnings that we all have. My favorite song, of course, is Paradise by the Dashboard Light, in which Phil Rizzuto narrates the rounding of the bases by a teenage Lothario in the back seat of a car. And so anytime I really need a pop culture fix, I secretly turn to Meat Loaf.
My iPhone is my guilty pleasure. I am well aware that I'm getting a dopamine fix every time I use it, and I am well aware that it is detracting from the real things in life, and I can't help it. I go for it anyway.